Welcome to Antishay Q&A number 3. I'm very excited. Today I have a bunch of little questions that I hope to answer very quickly, so we'll start right away. Lisa B. Green 512 asked, I just wondered if there is a difference between all-natural products and organic products. Which do you buy? I buy both. There is a difference, but mainly just in definition. All-natural means there are no artificial preservatives, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, and no artificial sweeteners in a product. Organic means that the thing was raised or grown without chemical herbicides, chemical pesticides, or chemical fertilizers. So if you see a product that's organic and all-natural, it's probably packaged, and that means that the ingredients that were grown organically, and then when prepared into the packaged food, were also prepared in an all-natural way, without any of the chemical additions. Make sense? She then asked sugar versus artificial sweeteners. Sugar. I have 2 teaspoons of sugar in the raw in my tea every morning and occasionally in the evening. It's so low calorie. I mean, people go, oh God, sugar, because you're on a diet, but it's so low calorie. I just counted in. If you look at my little food list for today, you see sugar tea right there in the middle. It's not that bad. It's only 30 calories. Artificial sweeteners, just no. Every single one of them fucks you up in a really bad way. You don't believe me? That's your prerogative. It just does, and I refuse to eat them. And finally, she asked, what's your take on eating in a restaurant? Do you ask if the meal is processed or fresh? I generally don't ask. I do eat at mostly the local restaurants, which are vegetarian and vegan, and are usually very healthy restaurants where everybody going there is going to be health conscious, and therefore I don't have to worry that much about the ingredients. But if I go to a restaurant and I know it's not going to be non-processed, I don't care. I just don't care. The body can handle a certain amount of additives, but it is the enormous amount of additives when you're taking them in with every meal over a long period of time that really do you harm. So every now and again, I can have what's terribly unhealthy, a McFlurry, and I'll be okay, But I don't do that very often. And I generally find on the days after the days that I ate out, I feel really bad. So I know my body is not happy with me for that. Who's talking to me? Hi, Jason. Heart, I'm making a video. Love you, Jason. Sorry. Shh. Next question is from Coiffeur Mixtress. She said, do you subscribe to the whole not eating after 7 p.m. thing? What? No, I don't. You should not eat a couple hours before you go to bed. You need to give your body time to digest while you're upright and gravity's aiding in digestion, but it doesn't have to be after 7 p.m. If you go to bed at 9 p.m., then yes, stop eating at 7 p.m. If you go to bed at 2 a.m., stop eating around midnight. It's generally 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. You should stop eating because your body is designed to digest while you're sitting or standing. Sleep is a regenerative process. It's a time for your body to repair and heal, and when you're spending all that time digesting, you're taking away from all the other functions, one of which is the liver doing its job of burning fat. So that's why you shouldn't eat before you go to bed, and it has nothing to do with time. Your body's not running on some clock. I mean, it is, but it's more running on your schedule. So don't eat within a few hours before when you go to bed, not 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 6 or whatever time you've heard in some article from somebody. It depends entirely on your own natural rhythms. Next question is from GinaGirl23. I have a question about the video Weight Loss Losers Why Water is Important, which is one I did a few weeks ago. You said that if you're hungry, drink water. Aren't people supposed to eat more in a sense when they're on a diet? So if you drink water all the time like you're supposed to, aren't you doing bad for the body because you're not eating as much food? Oh, Gina. I said in the video that water was an appetite suppressant. That was just a cool tidbit about water that's useful for weight loss. It's not the reason you should drink water. Regardless of whether you are hungry or not, you should be drinking all of your water every day to help with all of your body functions and to help your liver burn fat. It's just vital to living, but it's kind of cool that it's an appetite suppressant. The point in the video was that frequently your body will have the feeling of I'm hungry and really actually you're thirsty. So I said in order to really start getting in tune with your body, you should try first drinking some water, and then if you're still hungry, then eat. But I wouldn't worry about having that cause you to eat less per se, because first of all, we're fat. Generally, we don't just eat because we're hungry. We eat because we want to eat. And second of all, when you go from eating mindlessly to then eating on a diet, you're not generally going from like eating a normal amount to then eating too little. You usually go from eating way too much to eating a normal amount. So even with suppressing some of that appetite, you should still be able to eat as much as normal, especially if your eating is generally way more. When you first start going on a diet, you'll notice you're eating less, but it's not like you're starving yourself. You're just eating less than the ridiculous amounts that you ate when you were obese. Charlotte Taff asks, did you ever think of having a group, sort of like AA for fatties? You know, like you have a few sponsors who help you along the journey of weight loss. Maybe you could charge for the service. I know I'd pay to join. You know, I actually think I might do something like that way down the road. I'm considering possibly writing a book someday, having some sort of organization, but I don't have any certification in nutrition or counseling or psychology or any of that. And I think I really need to learn a lot more and or hire other people in order to do something like that. So that's way down the road. In the meantime, there's a great place called sparkpeople.com, and it is an interactive community where you can create an account, enter all of your calories, all of your exercise. I believe you can journal. You can network with other people. I don't do Spark People. I use calorie-count.com, which is a similar service, but it's not as explosively big as Spark People. They also have their own YouTube channel, Spark People. I'll link to all of it over there. But basically, if you're looking for an interactive community where you talk about calories and exercise and things, that's a great place to start. And finally, Galina Faleva said, I have a question. What do you think about the protein supplements that help you lose weight? They are rich on protein and low on carbs. It seems that for me, they are the only thing working. I'm still eating healthy, drinking water. I want to know if they are good for you. Why? I was in a weight loss program and they always had us drink these supplements. They are so expensive too. Thank you. I would say protein supplements are great, but only if you need to supplement the protein in your diet. That makes sense? There's no such thing as like a super weight loss protein drink. I mean, people drink protein drinks because they keep them full for a long time, and protein helps build muscle, and it's very good for you to have all of your protein in a day, and so it's very popular within the health-conscious culture. However, it's not necessary if you're getting all your protein through your diet. So I would recommend, first of all, journaling what you're eating, and going back and taking the time to figure out about how many grams of protein you're having in a day, and then go online and figure out how much protein you should have in a day and see how that lines up. If you find you're severely lacking in your protein and you don't want to change your diet, then it's time to consider a protein supplement because it's going to be giving you all the protein. The three energies the body runs on are carbs, proteins, and fats. Carbs have the most energy in them, but the body's not as effective in burning them. Fats are better and proteins are great. So you want to be feeding yourself protein, which is why it's so important. It's easy for the body to digest. It's going to be processed really great, and you're going to have sustained energy from protein. So analyze your diet and then decide whether you need a protein supplement. I used to drink muscle milk as a protein supplement post-working out, but I find now that as I throw in more soy products and more meats and cheeses, I'm able to get just as much protein anyway. So look at your own diet and figure out there's no such thing as a protein drink that's going to make you lose weight. It's just the way in which your body is taking in energy. And protein is vital. One of the three main elements of food. You must have your protein. So figure out your protein intake and then figure out whether you need more. That's my take on it. They're great if you need more protein in your diet, but they're useless if your diet already has enough protein in it. So this has got to be cut way down because it's really long. I hope that helped you and answered some of your questions. Comment questions below, and we'll see you soon for another one of these.